go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This is Left Side of the Brain, and we exposing demons and human prison bars. And what I discovered is, like, these people, and I'm in Target, by the way. And what I discovered is, these people are nothing but emotions. I realized that today. And I was at the drugstore today, right? And the person who I was speaking to, the pharmacist, he was filling up a prescription for me, right? Just for like a scalp treatment. So I noticed that while engaging with him, I had to manipulate my emotions while speaking to him in order to keep a level of professionalism within the interaction, okay? And behind the counter, it was two female pharmacists working with him. So I noticed that it was me having to change up. And that little kid right there, man, I'll get on that later. But I realized it was me. See this little kid right there? I'm not gonna say nothing about him bad, but he earlier I seen him, like I was in the electronics section of the store, and he was with his mother. But to hear him speak, you can tell that he don't have any kind of male, figure in his life, because he just seems so weak. How he speaks and everything, it's just so weak. And he's under his mother, and that's another thing. See, that's another thing that creates these organic portal males. They don't have no real men in their life. You know what I'm saying? So it creates this drone, this computerized, feminized drone. Because, like I say, if your logic is not governed by testosterone, then you end up like one of them. If you are a man, okay, and if your logic is not governed by your testosterone, you become just like these people on Black Friday. These people shopping, or any other day. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me. What I noticed is, when I be talking to these people, I'm not talking to anything but emotions. It's all about tickling the way that they feel. You know what I'm saying? It's about tickling their mood at the moment. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, for somebody who don't know, like the other video I did about the Black Friday, when I was buying the shoes, and it's titled something like Fight in the Mall on Black Friday. The only reason why it's titled like that is because it's a metaphorical meaning, because the fight represents the competition of people fighting for the same things. You see what I'm saying? Hey, that's what I mean by that. And it's like, when you dealing with these people, you're not even talking to anything real. That's why I say I don't talk to these people, because you don't feel welcome when you're talking to these people. That's a synchronicity. You don't feel welcome or at home when you are talking to these people, because when you're talking to somebody, if it's not a heart to heart feeling, you're not even communicating with them. You see? So when I say the heart, I mean the soul. The soul is what? The collection of information. So like, so like, so like the pharmacist that I was talking to today, he is not on my level. So whenever you are speaking to someone that's not on your level, in essence, what you are doing is you are speaking to the childish emotions of that person. So basically, you're just talking to a kid. And this is a metaphor for like spiritual people versus spiritual children. You know, maybe I can word that better. This is a metaphor for speaking to people that don't have souls versus people like us, the united souls, who have souls and have a higher understanding of things. So we can't at no times really speak to these people because we understand that we have a real soul and that they don't have a soul. You get what I'm saying? So it's like talking to a 5-year-old child. You know how you gotta lower your vocabulary. Hey, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? Yeah, having a good day? Yeah, you want to play with the ball? Yeah. You see, you gotta change up your vocabulary when you are talking to these people because they are on such a elementary level that they won't get it. So that's why the video that's up now, that's why you see all of the thumbs down. And I like to give a shout out to the person who said I needed to address that. Whoever you are who said that, remind me in this video in the comment section. Okay? Because that was good advice you gave me. See, I read every comment. I've been reading all of the comments today from the other video about the Black Friday. I've been reading every single last one of them. And most of those negative comments are coming from people who saw or heard about me for the first time. But I noticed that the regulars, we are still scattered throughout that video commenting. I need to get one of these too. We are still throughout that video commenting and defending the left side of the brain, which I appreciate. Because I see the regulars. I know the regulars. And I like to give a shout out to the regulars who are defending me on that video. And I also would like to say, go ahead and start saving every video on this channel before they try to do something. Because I can already see, like, this video is really blowing up. Like, we already got like 28,000 views or whatever. And it's a lot of ignorant people who are coming down on the video because they don't understand. They haven't been following us from day one. So they don't know the terminology. But you, the veterans, the regulars, you already know. You know why I did it. You know why I titled it like that. We understand, but they don't understand. So I'm just saying that because don't get sidetracked by that negative stuff you're reading because you already know. Because you already know those people don't understand. So don't feed into that. We are still on our mission, the Jaguars. It hasn't changed. Forget about those non-essential people. You know, they just the everyday carbon copies that's walking around here, arm, leg, arm, head, with no soul on the inside. You see? But here's the good thing about it. Dealing with ignorant people is almost an advantage to us. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we are smarter than them, number one. And I'm going to do a series on this. How to manipulate these people's emotions to your advantage. Only thing we got to do when we speak to them, I've gotten so good at it that I can manipulate people on a emotional level. I know what words that would trigger them. And mind you, You see that? You see that dummy? I had to, quiet down because you can just tell. Like I said, man, like most of this communication. Now, look. If I would have passed somebody that I knew that I could recognize was on my level, I would have kept talking. But you can feel stuff before, like I be saying, communication. Like the video I did, satellite communication. You can feel the transmissions that's being emitted from people. And you can already tell when somebody is on your channel or not. It's not hard. You see, you just got to put it into practice. You see? And what was I saying? It's easier for us with this knowledge to navigate through this world. It's an advantage because we can manipulate these people. And like I was saying, I've gotten so good at it that I know when to use it. I know when to turn it on, and I know when to turn it off, based upon who I'm dealing with at the time. And I did a experiment today at the pharmacy. So I noticed when I was speaking to the pharmacist, I said to myself, I'm gonna just play this thing out and see how it goes. And it went good because when I say good, I didn't have a negative interaction of pulling away. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you talk to somebody and you turn your back after you finish speaking to them, you can tell how they thinking about you after you walk away. So after he handed me the bag with the prescription, when I turned my back, it didn't feel negative. And the reason why that is not because he wasn't a human prison bar, but it's because I controlled his emotions by speaking to him a certain kind of way. Now, it all relates to how we speak about conforming and how we are not supposed to be conformist. And that's what it's all about. Like when you are around them, it turns into a thing of being accepted, and you become accepted by conforming to their ways, you see, especially if you have a soul. So you walk into a room or an environment full of people, and dealing with the people, that's like walking through the metal detector. When you speak to them, they checking how your voice sounds, how your voice makes them feel on the inside. It's all about them and tickling their emotions. This is what I realize now. And I can relate it to water. Okay? Water is the essence of life, right? So consider emotions a wave. And these people is water. Emotions, get it? Motions, like a wave in the ocean. Motions. If you rough the water up around your boat, you will have a very turbulent boat ride, right? So when you deal with these people, based upon how you rattle their emotions, it will determine how turbulent your engagement with them becomes. You are the master to decide the outcome of your interactions with them. You control it. Once you get on this level, you will begin to see what I'm saying. You know, your mind will become a magic wand. Like as I speak, because I'm holding this camera, I was walking the corner. See, some things you all don't see. And this lady looked at me like, you know why she looked at me? She looked at me with this strange look. Because I wasn't doing something that gave her a good emotional feeling. But if I was one of them Santa Claus men from like the Red Cross with that bell, ding, 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 give some money for the children, ding, ding, ding. That would be something like, oh, okay, he's doing something, a charity, or it's something that's considered regular or a part of the normal fabric of society. So they wouldn't take it as something that's outside of the normal way that people behave. So, but if you like me and you think like me, you're going to naturally give off a certain presence about yourself, and it's going to be a certain presence, like oh, this person is a threat. And you know what, they right. In a spiritual sense, this channel is a threat to them because I am exposing them. So that's why they will feel it's a threat. Just like walking through a metal detector and they searching to see if you have any weapon on you that possibly could take over the environment. You see, like my weapon is this spiritual knowledge, which they don't want me to have. You see what I'm saying? So when they look at you funny and you talking to them and they giving you these little looks, and you can tell that their emotions are changing about you, and those emotions spread. Because again, waves in the ocean, they spread. Right? If you in the water and somebody starts splashing around you, the motion of the wave, it travels to the next person and they feel it. So basically, that's a metaphor for how gossip spreads. Because somebody will have a emotion about you. Oh, look at the synchronicity. I'm talking about water. And look, y'all got to peep what be going on in these videos. Shark. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is divine. This stuff is divine. I'm telling y'all. So you see, I was just talking about the water, motions, and I didn't realize that right in front of me was a synchronicity. Shark. So these people are sharks circling around in the water. I'm telling you, man. And this is how it spreads, because they'll get a feeling about you. And all of a sudden, it'll spread to everybody else. That's why when you're in public, I recommend that you stay on the low, like I do. Like I'm putting myself out right now because I'm making a video right now for the purposes of educating and edifying, the Jaguars. So I'm doing this because this is my calling. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to do it. So, but for you regulars who, understand the information, but you don't necessarily put yourself out on the front lines like left side of the brain, this is just information for you, because you are still a part of the battle in your individual life. I'm just the one that's been called to expose what's taking place. Somebody got to do it. Everything in the universe has a position and a part that it has to play. So I have to exist. I have to exist for the sole purpose of what I am doing right now. Just like you had to exist to listen to what I'm saying right now. You see what I'm saying? This is powerful information. That's why you keep coming back, because you like the information. And guess what? I like that you like the information. And that's how we form the collective. That's how we become strong. You see what I'm saying? Because we in it together. And I'm just teaching you how to navigate through this field of landmines that we have to walk in every day on our jobs, while we shopping. I came in here looking for a mount. That's the purpose I came in, looking for one of those mounts that you can put your phone on so you can look at your GPS and stuff without holding it in your hand. But obviously the ones in Target are too expensive, so I think I'll go somewhere else to get it. But this was real heavy on my mind, so I had to address this because, you know what I'm saying? If I don't do it and it's given to me and I don't put it out, then it's given to me, like, I'm not gonna say in vain, but if I'm just getting this information and somebody else can use it, I might as well give it up. You know what I'm saying? Rain clouds don't fill up with water for their own purpose. Rain clouds release water for the benefit of mankind and the earth itself. So I'm doing the same thing, free of charge. You know what I'm saying? This is just free lessons that I give on this channel. This is fall semester. So those people who was tuned into that video that I uploaded yesterday about Black Friday, they don't understand this stuff. So of course they going to just say this and that and all those negative things because it's their first time ever hearing from me. So they just taking it like, oh, I'm just some crazy person. They never actually studied the other videos like you have. They never listened to the deep breakdowns of how, you know, we give the information on this channel. So of course they will feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because they are them and we are us. Simple as that. You know, light and darkness, it can't share the same room. You know, if you're in a room and you turn the lights on, like this very place where I'm at now, if they turn the lights out, it's just going to be dark. If the lights turn on, it's going to be light. Light and darkness can't share the same room. One will outweigh the other. That's what I'm saying. So we can't mix with them and they can't mix with us. It's no way that we are the same. And I just wanted to make this video to let y'all know, like, you know what I'm saying? This is the reason why this stuff take place, because it's emotions. It's an emotional battle. Like some of us fight with emotions of depression and remorse and guilt and just wanting to give up sometimes. And then you fight it with an emotion of, I have to keep going and I have to persevere. You know what I'm saying? I have to show some brevity. You see, if you have that same battle of emotions within yourself, just imagine the battle that they are having with you, because it's all emotional. At the end of the day, emotions make us who we are. Like a mannequin, it doesn't have emotions, so therefore it's not real. Anything that's real or animated, it has emotions. You see? So I realized that when you are coming into their presence, in order to be accepted by them, you have to pass the emotional test that they put you through, which is, if this person makes me feel better than them, then he's okay. If this person doesn't make me feel uncomfortable in ways that he carries himself, or through the way he look at the world, or through the way that he, you know, perceive things. You see, they may be, for instance, they may be pro-choice. I mean, they may be pro-choice. You may be pro-life, far as abortion. If you are a different belief system than them, guess what? They're gonna have some problem with you because just by being different, you make their emotions feel uneasy. You see, and that's why people that go along with everything and they fold easily and they conformist, they get along with everybody. Nobody have a problem with them. Like the Santa Claus that be like in Walmart during Christmas time. taking photos with everybody. Everybody accepts that because it's Santa Claus. He makes me smile. He makes me feel good. He tickles my emotions. But this, what I'm saying right now, it creates too much of a uproar. It creates too much of a stir in a person's emotions. And they can look at you and they can instantly tell whether or not you are down with the program or if you are anti-program. And this is what I've noticed. And this is why I call them human prison bars. Because if you are not for the program, they will make it uneasy for you. And if you are for the program, they will let you in. But when they let you in, just know that you didn't walk into anything except through the gates of hell. Because ultimately, if they accept you, that means Satan himself has accepted you. If they reject you, that means God has accepted you. So when they accept you, you have walked through the gates of hell. If they reject you, God has accepted you. And I want to leave y'all with that. This is Left Side of the Brain signing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the likes button, subscribe, share the videos. We out.